What's up, you guys? Tomy Shaw here, and today what I'll be doing is the system broken? Is government broken? Is central banks broken? Is the economy broken? Okay, so we have a situation here. We have a situation where we're stuck in our houses right now. We have money, some of us have money, some of us don't have money, and the government is about to give some money to the people that need it the most. Okay, so the situation, we're stuck in our house and the economy is out there. There's restaurants, there's shopping, there's stadiums, there's everywhere where we can spend our money and put it into the economy. Okay, so once it goes inside a restaurant, it goes inside these shoppings. So let's say for a second Walmart. Now Walmart is on the financial market. If Walmart is not selling as much because people are not going out of their houses and spending that money and put it into the financial markets, what's going to happen is that their financial statements are going to report less earnings, less revenues. So this increases the operational risk, because if the company is making less money and it's making less profits, and compared to its debt that it has, and compared to everything that it has to pay, the cost of revenue, the expense of operating the business, well, all of that, what happens is that it decreases the profit margin. Okay, so when debtors look at that business and say, I'm not too sure about this business anymore because the operational risk went up, so I'm going to ask more money for my bonds because I don't expect the market to correct right now. I don't expect this to go away right now. So I'm going to be asking more money for the bonds that I'm giving that business. So this does a situation, because when you have shareholders that lose equity, that lose money because their stocks are going down, and now the cost of bonds are going up, this has a double effect on putting much more pressure on these businesses. Okay, so that's the situation. It starts out that people they're not putting it into the economy, it's not going into the financial market. Some people are taking money out of the financial markets just to buy their essential goods. So this does another effect on selling, the pressure to sell. So people are afraid, people wonder what's going to happen, and they're selling their shares, putting even more pressure on this situation. Okay, so now we have banks. Banks, what they're doing right now is essentially, with central banks, they're lowering prime rates to try to offset the NAV value. Remember the CMPC, the WACC, the weighted average cost of capital, they're trying to reduce it to increase asset value. And essentially, when you decrease that, you essentially give more money to the consumer, us. So you give us more money, and then we're going to, but at the same time, when you look at that, even if you have more money, you're only going to buy your essential goods. It's still not going to go into the market. So this is where the government steps up, the central bank steps up, and they're saying, okay, not only are we going to buy all of these mortgage-backed securities, these treasuries, but we'll also start buying some companies, unlimited amount of money. This is on the table right now, and they're looking to buy shares. Okay, this is starting to be scary, because if the government starts to buy shares, where's the productivity? Like, there won't be no more, it won't be in a consequence of being productive. It's only going to be chasing prices. Oh, the share went up. Did you see that? It went up 13%. I might as well buy more shares. That doesn't make sense, because if you're looking at that company because of price going up and you're not looking at the fundamentals of that company, that makes no sense. So that's why I keep saying governments can interfere, but they have to be careful with how much they're interfering, because this looks more like a socialist or a communist movement. Because if the central banks and government banks start to buy shares, essentially the central banks, they don't have to have a statement. So all they have to do is a balance sheet. They can print as much money as they want, and they can buy as much stuff as they want. So they can essentially buy the US, the Canadian market, anything they want, because they have unlimited wealth. Okay, that's why I say, is the system broken? Well, if the government interferes too much with the market, it looks like a broken system, because you need corrections. Because when the PE ratio is at a 30, because people have their pensions and stuff like that, well, people who invested late are going to lose money, but people who are investing for the long term are going to make money. When the market corrects, it gives you a better return. Okay, it's not something that is bad. I know that it's not fun to see your market, your money go down, but it gives you a chance to buy more stocks at a better price. That's what markets do. They need to correct, they need to fluctuate, and I know in this situation that we're in right now, it's not something that's fun, okay? So it wouldn't be broken if we separate more the government. And I know when we're in desperate measures, we're going to do anything to get money. But that, you have to be careful. You have to think about what are the consequences of what we're saying to yes. We're saying yes to everything right now. We need to stay calm and look at the situation and try to figure out, does this make sense? Okay? So the system isn't broken right now. But if we're not careful, it could become a broken system, okay? So we need to think about the fundamentals. How much is this earning? Can I pay off the debt with this company? When you buy real estate, it doesn't make sense if you rent it out and you can't make the payments. You can't, all the expenses that come with the business, if you can't make the payments, it's not an investment. So the same thing with shareholders, equity, stocks, okay, bonds. All of this have to make sense, and sometimes we need to go back to the fundamentals and think about being productive. I know it's fun to consume, but being productive is the basis of the economy. So that's it for today. Thank you. Remember to like, remember to comment, and yeah, exactly. So subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next